and welcome to round 20 of the Football Victoria Senol NPLM.
That's all running into the one.
Do you want to test me now?
Yep, go for it.
Testing 1, 2. Happy with that?
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2.
What about when we talk over each other? Is that okay?
That's not a good idea generally, but
It happens though. It happens.
so what I'm going to do, because I can't hear you, I'm going to probably go like this, so I can actually hear.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Some winter sunshine at Paisley Park, round 21 in Senol NPL Victoria. And while these two teams might not necessarily be close together on the table, there's still a little bit on the line for Altona Magic and Heidelberg United. But as I do welcome Katie Lembeski alongside me, Adam Sarikoglu, to the coverage, we get the starting 11 for Heidelberg United, Katie, and we see 5 changes. There is an Australia Cup game coming up on Tuesday night. But firstly, how are you?
Absolutely. Good to be with you this afternoon, and, pleasure to have your company as well, Adam. Pleasure to have everyone tuning in. Fascinating lineup. I understand. We'll take you through the changes very, very shortly, but Johnny A clearly looking ahead to balancing his squad, clearly looking ahead to the bigger challenge of the Australia Cup as well. That being said, Altona have the ability to be tricky. Right, Altona coming off a win against Green Gully last week, 3-1. They look so well organised, so well structured. This is a team that plays above the sum of their parts, to be quite honest with you. So looking at this is going to be a tricky contest for Heidelberg. Gorgeous conditions for it, and interesting to see how it all plays out with you over the next 90 minutes.
Let's get the easy team news out of the way first, because there's only one change for Altona Magic for Devon Bond. So Lachlan Gillard, who did not feature last week in the win against Green Gully, is in. Liram Almazi on the bench. The rest of the 11 is the same as last week. For Heidelberg United, 5 changes. Yaron Souza is not featuring today in goal for Heidelberg United, so it's going to be Ashton Bonsall who gets the start in goal. And then for the outfielders, 4 changes. Ben Collins, Anthony Lesiotis, Fletcher Fulton, and Jay McGowan all out. Jay McGowan is not in the squad at all. The other 3 are on the bench. In comes Asahi Yokokawa, Tabena Abani, Chok Dowell, and Anthony Theo is back for his first appearance since the start of June, which was against Dandenong City. So Tuesday night, they will be jumping on a plane, Heidelberg United. The Australia Cup gets underway for them against Cumberland United, a state league team in South Australia. Obviously, a big schedule coming up for this Heidelberg United team, with the Doherty Cup final not too far away as well against Preston. As we just about get set to get underway, Yanni Miletus is in charge. 2 teams who drew the last time they met. Altona don't do too badly against Heidelberg United. They are arguably, Katie, in the better form, or maybe not even arguably, they are in the better form at league level right now. Heidelberg have not won any of their last 5 league fixtures. Tricky,
right? They've had a tricky season, and I think they've kind of adjusted to... Although I think the biggest problem that they've had adjusting is the absence of Bourgeois. I know they have to move past that. They've had a full season, just about nearly full season to get behind that. I just don't think they've found that outlet that they had under Bull. I mean, Kieran Bramwell has had his moments, definitely. I will say that. But again, the firepower is not equal as to what it was last year. Ben Collins is still an outstanding leader. He's not on the pitch here this afternoon, but they still have a core squad. They're still dangerous. They still have the ability to shape and play finals really, really well. But yeah, it's just I don't see them as the favourites heading in, and it's a tricky position for them to be in this season, that's for sure.
Up front, you've got both Kieran Bramwell and Marcus Humbert that are in form. We know Marcus Humbert can kind of be a Mr. Fix-It and go anywhere for Johnny A.
Yep.
They're the 2 that have been able to find the back of the net of late. They're both starting here today. And what a day it is. There is not a cloud in the sky. The club that traditionally likes to kick off at 6:15 on a Saturday, Katie, they've moved it to 3:15 this year, Altona, and days like this would show you just why this is a much better time slot.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got an absolute day for it, as the kids might say.
Couldn't ask for anything better. Pitch could be in slightly better condition here.
It looks a bit choppy for what it's worth. I don't know how.
Goals.
Yeah, particularly in terms of how the camera picks that up. Well, I think you're kind of seeing that back at home as well. It is tricky conditions, so I think particularly Heidelberg are going to need to be particularly patient here today in terms of breaking down Altona. We'll see if they have the ability to do exactly that.
Sort of goal kick taken by Ashton Bonsall. He's obviously big shoes to fill. Yaron Souza has not missed the start this year. He's a pretty physical presence. He's Ashton Bonsall. I haven't seen too many goalkeepers bigger than him, I'm going to be honest. So he is definitely a physical presence in goal. And it's a big day for him filling in for Yaron Souza. They were on a 3-game losing streak, Heidelberg, before taking at least 1 point against both Dynamo and Melbourne City. They came in to round 21, just 2 points behind third place Avondale, but 2 ahead of Melbourne City, who have got that game in hand against Preston, which was only recently announced as, I think, a midweek fixture to catch up. That fixture just throws the top half of the table out of balance as well.
Yep. 100%. It just makes it just makes finals so hard to predict. To be fair, I just feel like ultimately the 6 kind of stays as is. If I'm being honest, just looking at it, I think South Melbourne are going to give it an almighty shake. They got Preston this afternoon. Super Saturday here in the NPL Victoria. It's just so much. Every game, I feel like we're saying every game is a big game. I feel like at this moment in time, and I think we're justified in saying that every time we do. So, in front of us here tonight, Altona's still looking to maybe stave off the threat of relegation. I think they're safe, to be quite honest with you, but they're also not mathematically out of the finals race. That's how close this year is across the board.
It wasn't only the fact that they did come in this weekend 6 points clear of the relegation zone, but a goal difference as well, 14 better compared to Bentley, which is pretty much another point.
Gully defeating as well. Gully defeating Dandy Thunder 3-1 last night as well, so that also throws maybe a little bit of hope their way, and Lord knows that they need it at this time.
High ball. That's going to set Joe Lee a bit of a task here. Good to see Anthony Theo back. Hasn't played for more than a month. Lee. His cross is blocked. Theo will follow up. Lee will get a second crack, but the press here is strong from Magic. Mani Sordo getting involved. Giving up the possession was Alexander Gust. Aru was off to the races, couldn't combine with John Mabok, who's been in some good form of late.
Scored an absolute brilliant volley last weekend against Gary, did John Mabok. A quick 1-2 control, and just lashing it into the back of the net. He's in scoring form, and I think he looms as a key man, for Altona this afternoon.
Tasmore Takutis went a long way forward. Bramwell just runs out of room. The angle kept closing on him. And on the follow-up, Choctaw at least wins a corner.
That's a chance gone absolutely begging, isn't it? Bramwell clear through on goal. He had Casey Went beaten. He had him rounded. Couldn't quite find that final touch. That's a let-off for the home side.
Wind is often an issue here at Paisley Park. It's not too bad today. But there is a flag not far away here from where this corner is being taken that is definitely doing something. Casey Went's happy to give away another corner. It'll be a rinse and repeat for Choctaw. Making his 15th start of the season here today. And Casey Went had to go back with the flight and take it nicely in the end.
Confident grab, and I think that's what he needed, particularly just after nearly being beaten through on goal there. That's a good pickup. Bit of a contest here in front of us. Johnny Sochevsky, or Ayman Sordo, moving forward there. Knocked off his feet there by Theo.
Just a little shove in the back. Gust will play back to John Sochevsky. Gillard gets it back from Kawaguchi. The recovery from Altona, it was looking really bleak for them through the early portions of the season. Did win their season opener. I think that was against Hume, which looks like a bit of an anomaly now. Hume playing Oakley. Last time I checked, Katie down 1-0 in the Valley Park today. But after that, Altona just had that horrible stretch. Obviously forced into the coaching change as well. And Devon Bond has done a good job the longer the season's gone to recover it. Get them out of the relegation zone. Not out of the conversation, obviously, but in an okay spot to get another year in Senol NPL Victoria. Such a busy day today in the league.
And quite remarkably, they're still about 8 points off the final spot, 8 or 9 points off the final spot, particularly Altona. So fascinating still to think that again, the mathematical equation is still there for them, but again, I feel like it might be too big an ask for them to make that jump, but they can certainly shape the finals race. I think it starts here tonight with Heidelberg in 5th position.
There are winnable games still to come. They get both Dandenongs. George Cross, but the last two, it's tricky. They will host Avondale on the penultimate rounds and go to Preston on the final day of the season. Preston's form has obviously been incredible.
And to be fair, that man on the ball just before, Garang Aru, has been a real big, I think, reason as to why Altona have been able to stay strong at certain times as well. Just been real strong throughout the middle of the park.
Has it now, right in the middle. Gillard, not featured last week against Gully. Ball's up for grabs in the air, played on by Sordo. But Mabok had to come in from behind to try to make something happen. Razmovsky making his second appearance for Heidelberg, coming over from Melbourne Victory Youth. Made 14 appearances in VPL 1. Theo with some late pressure. Still a Heidelberg ball. Apologies if we've had some audio issues. Hopefully they'll be resolved. Humbert came steaming through, never took the ball with him though. Mordakutis winning it in the air. Left lean with the captain's armband today. Ben Collins on the bench for Johnny A. Lee will get another chance to cross in from this right side. Yokokawa scored an absolute belter. I reckon that was on club debut here a couple seasons ago. Sagi Yokokawa. The all-yellow kit today for Heidelberg, also a winner for mine. Traditional red and black for Altona as Humbert tried to guide one out wide to Benarabani. The left-footed cross in that didn't amount to anything. Chopped out. We'll see it go out and reclaim it. But Benarabani will take the throw.
Of course, making the change from Dandy Thunder, Toby Obani. In new surrounds, and I think he looks rejuvenated as a result of that. We know the max exodus out of Dandy Thunder. It's really shaping as well the recruiting and mid-season transfer window or late-season transfer window here in the NPL Victoria. You can't help but wonder that Heidelberg have really done well for themselves in the form of Tas Mordakutas as well as Christian Theoharis, Kane Razmovsky. So they've got quality through the door to really try to help see them through to finals and through the Australia Cup. I think depth is going to be so important for them going forward now.
They probably felt compelled to refresh the lineup as well. Last year's campaign was just so long and may well be starting to bite them now with this slump they've had at league level especially. But still, the fact that they're in the six still bodes well for the quality they still have, but it's clearly a refreshed squad that Johnny A now has at his disposal. If they can just get their league form right. The 5 changes made, clearly the road trip coming up on Tuesday night is front of mind in the Australia Cup against Cumberland United. The other cup run obviously still ongoing as well, with the final coming up in early August at Lakeside Stadium, which will also, for the second year in a row, host the Senol NPL Victoria Grand Final. which I think Katie was a winner last year, anyone that was there last year, with Heidelberg toppling a gallant Dandenong City. That venue is such an asset to have in Victorian football, and good seat hosting some big games coming up. Obviously, there's one there right now that's relatively big as well.
Still 0 all there, by the way, at Lakeside Stadium between South and Preston. Oakley still maintaining a 1-0 lead over Hume. Quick around the grounds as Alex Gust holds his space pretty well. Really well assured performer is Alex Gust, particularly as a weapon going forward, and so solid defensively. 50 games he's put together for Altona. Really good move there, really good momentum, I think, building here for Altona here.
Just had half a moment there. I think Bonsall did have to go beyond the confines of the box. Has been a cagey start here. In the sunshine. Stachewski. Aru. Gillard. Back in the lineup today for Devon Bond. Ball's intercepted. Rasmovsky then had trouble maintaining that possession. It was forced forward by Lee. Casey Went comes a long way out. Mortakutis claiming it in the air. Anthony Theo makes his run. Need enough passes well, but Dow opting to go back for it. Had the space to Ben Abani. Humbert, just a chipper over the top. Lee chesting it down, but the shot blocked. Well done by Alex Gust. Mabok surrounded by Heidelberg Yellow. Rasmovsky now being harassed. There's a foot race for the ball here. Bonsall read it well enough. Just beyond the reach of Sudamo. Lee. Again, Gust applying good defensive pressure. Goes back to Tas Mortakutis. Making his fifth start for Heidelberg. Part of that contingent that came in, which I think for the Oakley game, that they lost really late, that run of games where they were giving away late winners. Twice within a week, conceding a late 1-0 lead against both Preston and Oakley. They have struggled against the top echelon of Heidelberg United. That was part of that 3-game losing streak. Haven't won in any of their last 5. Choctaw was made to earn that possession. And the foul's given away. They did not want to let John Mabok off and make a run toward goal.
That being said, it looks as if, to be honest, how well Altona prepared for this, to be honest, in the sense that they're confident. They don't look particularly hassled in defence. They're just still looking quite assured. Heidelberg just still looking for that final pass. I think just still looking for that opening to break down Magic. Aru in a little bit of trouble here. Humbert doing well on the press. There's that trigger. Brunmore doing well. Looking for the outlet of McCloskey, but Obani does even better there. This is the counter-pressing game that is doing Heidelberg pretty well in determining where this game is being played, to be honest. A lot of the territory and a lot of possession their way. Again, patience might be the name of the game for them as they look to work past this Altona defense, Adam.
No one's fired a shot just yet. Gillard puts it into the air. Barney gets in front of McCloskey. one of the scorers in the 3-1 win at Gully last week. McCloskey, his second goal of the season. It'll be a goal kick for Casey Wentz. Became the starter again last week after Ilya Shalamanov-Trenkova started the previous 2 league fixtures for Altona. He's back in the backup role today. In the resplendent all pink. It's a hot pink, I reckon, for Casey Went. The players have congregated to this broadcast side of the pitch. The block is underneath it. Mordekudis won it back though. Comes down to Gust. Ball in dispute around the halfway line. Altona will claim the throw. Stachevski back to Wentz. Wants to blast one straight down the middle. Anytime they go long, the other end is Tas Mordekudis. He's like a black hole at the moment, taking possession away from Altona. Chocked out. Tried to play in out wide to the left. Nothing coming. Sordo. Anthony Theo right with him. He will blast one out wide for McCloskey, who sees off the challenge from Abani. McCloskey takes the shot. It was well wide in the end. Ashton Bonsall didn't see any need to go for it.
Brilliant work there by McCloskey, it must be said. And that just goes to show you that's where the success for Altona is, just in stretching that Heidelberg defence, just making them go side to side and eventually just finding the opening, as I think it worked well there. McCloskey, a lot of running power in his game, so you want to exploit that. When you got Hatsopoulos that's just off the shoulder of John Mabuk up top, you've got a kind of a nimble front four, to be honest with you. Need to see a little bit more from Sordo. I want to see him a little bit more central and tucking in a little bit more to allow Gust on the overlap too. So this is a resolute Altona side. This is a smart Altona side. Well coached, well drilled. You are in for a fight if you're going to come here to Paisley Park, that is for sure.
They're trying to do something today they've not done all year, which is win consecutive games. Altona. Kawaguchi will go first time. It doesn't get through to Mabok, and a bit further back with Sordo as well. More than happy to concede the corner, Heidelberg. It was put onto the golf course by Ryan Lefleen. Well populated golf course, I must say, here in Altona. First chance at a corner here for Magic. Yuri Kawaguchi will blast one in.
Joey, release down! Joey, release!
Yep. Every single time Altona's won this season, it's been followed up by a loss. Yuri Kawaguchi corner. Go towards the near post and a header from Gillard. I was about to say a free header, but that was going to be a really, really tough angle, and there was a lot of defenders in behind him. Nothing coming.
Decent attempt there. A chance just to get more forward momentum for Altona, which I think is important for them. They can't spend too much time pinned back if they're going to upset the apple cart here for Heidelberg this afternoon. Again, I'm not seeing much from Heidelberg that poses the threat here, but Hatsopoulos on the break.
Doesn't get past left lane. Sordo will try again for Altona. The help was available. Aru tries to play in Kawaguchi. He will get there eventually. Choctow's right with him. He's got to be careful not to foul here. Doesn't. They'll buy themselves a little bit more time. Sudamo going back to Gillard. Sudamo had Bramwell right behind him. Felt the need to immediately play the ball on. And Heidelberg will eventually get it back. Some animated messages coming out of the Altona Magic technical area. Throw here from Theo. Just went beyond Yokokawa. A little further forward for the next throw. There's a little bit of winds about, blowing toward the left of screen. That ball nearly hitting our broadcast tower. Which eventually comes back. It was a busy day today in NPL Victoria. It's a good day for it. Humbert. The first ball didn't go anywhere. The second one was not bad at all. Joseph Lee kept at it. By the time he played in, no one on the other end wearing yellow.
Can they just look a little bit blunt in attack, don't they? Heidelberg. Can they just trying to stay patient, just trying to work around the Magic here. McCloskey on the break here. Barney's in front though, doing well to hold his space. Contest now. Hatsopoulos on the ball, looking for a teammate in Kawaguchi. Bit of a scrap down the flank. Kawaguchi into space now. He needs to find a player. Mabok on the ball. Well done. Well done, Ryan Lethlean. Tas Mortakudis as well. They're stepping out. Heidelberg on the break.
Dow denied by Sudamo. Altona are trying to play on the fast break. Heidelberg are onto it. Sort of foul given away on the block before. Still, no real shots fired just yet. Mabok in the 2-on-1. Bonsall. Left lean. Bramwell caught behind. Gillard. Bramwell took him on. No whistle. Falls to Humbert. He'll take the shot. Not that close in the end. Some of the Alexander faithful find some voice after that effort.
The drum beating loud and clear there. The Heidelberg faithful. Decent turnout here on the hill next to us, and I'm on the left and right, just next to the new and resplendent Altona Magic scoreboard. It still begs the thought as well, to be honest. Altona just looking still quite assured. Still looking resolute. They don't look too flustered. But again, that Heidelberg quality coming in glimpses. Marcus Humbert, so crucial to the chance creation, so crucial into the way that Heidelberg line up. I think he was picked by a fair few of us to be one of the standouts of the season. I think that's held true, very true for most part. He's more advanced here, and Yokokawa just withdrawing there for the moment. Two banks of four defensively lining up for Heidelberg. In a defensive sense, I mean. Sordo, the target of that long pass. A bit clunky from Heidelberg in cleaning this up. Just allowing Gust on the overlap here. Yokokawa pushing deep. Locking the ball in is Sordo. Brilliant move from the new recruit.
Whistle goes eventually. The contact coming seemingly toward the lower back of Sahi Yokokawa. That's what he clutched for. Just stretching it out now. It's not necessarily warm. That little bit of breeze is being accompanied by a bit of a chill. Sordo. Keen to go quickly toward McCloskey. Spencer Barney was right in behind. Gillard pops it up in the air. Left lean on the other side of it. Aru wins the one-on-one against Yokokawa. Sudamo for Sordo. Zopoulos can't get close enough. Altona has got a good stretch of fixtures coming up for them. And they're bid to claim enough points to guarantee the safety. They'll be at George Andrews Reserve pretty much this time next week against Dandenong Thunder. Heidelberg are going to get a chance to push here into the front third. Theo will claim the throw. In the shade of that new scoreboard here, which was a long time coming at Paisley Park. The old manual one that was sometimes manned, sometimes it wasn't. We just had to play guess the score here. In days past. Yokokawa just a bit too aggressive in his attack and challenge on Garangaru. Dachevsky has it for Altona. Sordo. The ball tracked toward the corner flag. Reels it in. Dealt with at the near post by Mortakudis. Sudamo on the follow-up gust. Will go a bit higher this time. Abani unconvincingly. It's a corner. So no real damage in the end. That was awkward from Tabena Abani.
And to the praise of Devon Bond from the bench as well. Liking what he's seeing from his Chargers out of the last few minutes. Kawaguchi particularly brilliant last week. Team of the week in the NPL Victoria Team of the Week contention last week. He might well be here as well today. He's brilliant in terms of using the ball. We called on to deliver it here.
Near post, and just enough of it from Bonsall to force another corner. Yeah, stretched gloves. Got to it eventually. Not for the first time. We've got some repeat corners from this side. Yanni Miletus is our referee and has just put a halt on proceedings. Miro Kawaguchi now waits for the green light. Could go to Sudamo. Does go to Sudamo. Opens up the angle. It's a mishit ball. I don't know if our effects might pick it up, but a clear expletive coming out as well as soon as he put boots a ball there from Hiyori Kawaguchi. Oh, fill in the blank. And a goal kick for Heidelberg.
3 corners now to the Magic, so they've been able to build up that pressure, haven't they? It's a good sign for them. Particularly as a Heidelberg side that's, I guess, struggling to get out of second gear a little bit and struggling to have like consistent control over this game. Johnny may be convinced into some changes at the break. Again, we know the ability and we know his ability of squad management is elite at this level, so far be it from us to doubt him, especially with the Australia Cup on the horizon this week. They got a big task ahead of him now, it looks like, here in front of him against Altona. Doing well to clear there. Alex Gus to bring us back underway with the throw-in.
Whose ball? Altona saying it was already out. Johnny A is arguing the other side of the case, obviously. It'll be a Heidelberg ball. It'll actually be a free kick in the end for Theo, who drives one really, really long in the direction of Choctaw. It's played down by Hatsopoulos. The gap that he tried to take advantage of, it closed in quickly. Kawaguchi to Gillard. Stachevsky on the left side. Gust had a man on. Lee closed in really quick. Aru up in the air. Gust kicks it straight into Anthony Theo. He runs into Garang Aru. Sudamo wanted to release quickly to Sordo. The ball ends up on the practice pitch behind us.
I get the sense they're looking to pick up speed here, the Magic. They've done well to be consistent and hold their ground, but if they're going to upset this Heidelberg defense, again, just a quicker ball movement, I think, might well be the key to that. We talk about how nimble this front four is. They might find a way through here. Bambok. He needs some runners on the side. He's got Gust in the offing. He looks for him, but he can't quite find him. Gus with a good effort to run down that flank. It comes to nothing. Altona going to need to be better than that if they're going to hold off this Heidelberg unit. We talk about the Heidelberg defense, the Altona defense. The Heidelberg defense is just structured up just as well, even in the absence of Ben Collins. Left lean and Mordakutis. Obani and Theo making up that back four this afternoon. Humbert now looks to play in Dow. Kawaguchi still tight on him. Forces him back. He needs some runners. He needs some help up top. Probing away. It's a cross looking for Bramwell. Headed. Casey went doing well to claim it with the Superman punch, and he's going to get a goal kick out of that. Smart move there by Heidelberg United. Choctaw doing well, just didn't blaze away. Looked to just pause and look for a target and hold off his defender very well. It's about as solid as I think they've looked in attack this afternoon, Adam.
I've been happy to sit back, let Altona come to them. The back four has held up pretty well so far. Especially the combo of Mordakutis in left lean. Mabok will get two touches here. And some volleyball being played out there, eventually putting Butterball his lead. Osmowski gets in front of John Mabok, and the foul on Choctaw. Has been prominent so far, Choctaw. Didn't feature last week against Melbourne City. Anastasiadis made 5 changes, including in goal. No Yaron Souza today. It's Ashton Bonsall in goal. Just a couple of nights from now, they'll be in South Australia to start their Australia Cup campaign against Cumberland United. It's good to see the North Sunshine Eagles get a win first up after they were knocked out of the Doherty Cup by Preston last week. Good Victorian presence in the Australian Cup again. Obviously, Heidelberg made a great run last year. Another final that was at Lakeside Stadium, couldn't get it done against Newcastle.
As you pointed out, Lakeside has been the scene of some pretty glorious Australian football events over the last 12 months or so. And I suspect we're going to do that again when the Doherty Cup takes place on August 8th as well, for Heidelberg United once again in contention for that. So as much as I can be critical of Heidelberg United, we got to be fair to them and to see how in contention that they have been in the Australia Cup, the Doherty Cup, the NPL Victoria as well, has had to I think, unfortunately, their league form has had to take a dip in relation to that, but they're still up there. They're still contending. Still will be a key contender in finals when all is said and done. They've got a chance, but again, they can't look too far ahead. And ultimately, when you make the changes that Johnny A has done this afternoon, it is going to mess about with momentum. It's going to mess about with chemistry a little bit. The sign of a good team is winning on the road when you are not particularly playing well. So can they do that here? Still plenty of football left in this game. A quick update around the grounds as well. Avondale taking a 1-0 lead over St Albans Dynamo at half-time. Oakley oh so close to a big win over Hume as well at Naciol Stadium. Super Saturday in Victoria in full effect. Don't adjust your sets for this one, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a tight one. Some good pressure, some good pressing here applied by the Magic. We've got a few moments left before normal time. We'll see what can happen.
Wentz hoping to pick out McCloskey against Choctaw, who wins the duel. Osmowski. Not much coming Bramwell's way so far. Back to McCloskey. Tried to chip one forward from the block. It didn't come off, but they'll get another crack. Kawaguchi to take the throw for Altona. John Stachevski. It's been a mainstay in defence for quite a while now here at Paisley Park. Sordo. It gets away from him. The ball might have been handled somewhere now, or maybe just a shirt tug. There's a lot of players around that vicinity. And the leaders eventually blowing the whistle Altona's way. Gust. Gets away from Hatsopoulos. There's just nothing of any major quality going forward for either side right now. We're stuck at 0-0 as we approach half-time.
This game particularly calling out for someone just to take it by the scruff of the neck and make that final touch, make that final blow, if you will. Thea Harris on the bench for Heidelberg United will loom as one of those players, that is for sure. Collins, Lesiotis and Fulton joining him as well on the bench. We've talked about those changes. Jesse Langer, the goal scorer last week, I wonder if he'll play a part. You'd have to think so. Ollie Kellart as well in reserve. So there's firepower still to come from both of these sides. Hatsopoulos now. Aru at the top of the box. Sordo doing well to mark Heidelberg United. Theo doing well just to see that out. Again, both of these sides coming exceedingly closer. It is evenly balanced, it's evenly poised here at Paisley.
Scrap for the ball, eventually won by Joe Lee. Stachevski applying all sorts of pressure on Bramwell, who had the ball kicked into him by Marcus Humbert. Yokokawa. The long ball is effective. It's really good for Choctaw. Abani runs alongside. Little boot in from Kawaguchi. Played up in the air by McCloskey. Just to help his defence reset. Oakley have defeated Hume City 1-0. 5 of the 7 fixtures all being played today. Will be done after tonight's game at George Cross for round 21 in NPL Victoria. The big show was going to be tomorrow and moved with the heavy schedule coming up for Preston. They've got a big game themselves on Tuesday night in the Australia Cup. They will be the opponent for Heidelberg in the Doherty Cup final, which has been set for early August. Two sides hoping to feature again at that particular venue towards the end of September. If Heidelberg can get some form going, they may well be set in the 6. But they have stumbled. They have not won a league fixture in any of their last 5. The only win of late coming against Brunswick UV to get into the Doherty Cup final. Altona are making things quite frustrating for them today. A lot of big names out, either on the bench or out entirely. No Jay McGowan, no Yaron Souza in the squad at all for Heidelberg. Others on the bench that would normally be starting. Ben Collins, Anthony Lesiotis, Fletcher Fulton. Good opportunity for this man though, Ashton Bonsall, who clears away for Heidelberg.
Looking for Humbert. We know how key he is, but Gillard doing just as well to hold his ground. There's a little bit of afters there that some of the Altona fans are not happy about. Our man in the middle, Yanni Milidis, might have more to say here. Bit of a late one on Gillard, it must be said. This game has been played in a pretty good tempo and a pretty good spirit. I think Yanni Milidis just settling for a warning rather than the patented slice of cheese. A bit lucky there, Humbert just going a little bit late on that one, on Gillard. Hasn't been booked all year. That's exactly right. Has played and been so consistent across the board for Heidelberg, has Humbert. Nevertheless, that's going to give the chance for Altona to reassess. Still so stout defensively. Satomo putting in a lot of work across that midfield too. 1 minute confirmed of added time as well. What can they make of it here, the Magic? In their possession, Gust. On the overlap now is Hatsopoulos. Can he make it in time? No, he will not. And that might keep working is the call from the Altona bench. You might think that they're the happier the two heading into the break. The home side. And rightly so, they've prepared for this game pretty well.
So we're just about at half-time now. Bonsall in the direction of Kieran Brownwell. Stachevsky plays the sky ball. Difficult one to navigate underneath for McCloskey. Altona will not be able to make one last attack. Mostly cagey here at Paisley Park. Maybe one shot of piece of any sort of note, but they were both off target. Not much to report on from the first 45 minutes here at Paisley Park, but it is nicely poised halfway through in the sunshine, round 21 action. And at halftime, it is Altona Magic 0, Heidelberg United 0. Welcome back to Paisley Park. It is 0-0 between Altona Magic and Heidelberg United. Adam Sarikoglu and Katie Lembeski on the call. As we see an early run being made by Heidelberg, which is dealt with by Altona. Yokokawa trying to play in Bramwell, just didn't get a kind bounce. Dachevsky cut across. Then Chokdale tried to win it back, got some help from Humbert, who might be able to fire a cross in. He can't. Blocked by Kawaguchi. Humbert goes again. Just lobs a really awkward ball. Chokdale blazed away, but nowhere near on target.
Right from the outset of this second half whistle, Heidelberg getting on the front foot. That's a positive sign. They couldn't quite breach the Great Wall of Altona, but that's a good opening. It looks like both of these sides are as selected as well, so we'll keep an eye on the changes, of course, throughout the half. The same 11s, we talked about it. Heidelberg with 5 changes in preparation for their Australia Cup travels. Lee the target there. The points so far, I think if you're scoring this like a boxing fight, I think you've got to give the points to Heidelberg United, but Altona just still right well within this fight, it should be said.
The Barney for Humbert. Zoklu gets in the way for Altona. Left lane played back in. Aru. Rosmowski forced his way in front. It happens right in front of Yanni Miletus, who wasn't happy with what he saw. 5 fixtures today in Senol NPL Victoria. Still one to come. It's a penetrating ball from Casey Wentz, keeper to keeper. Ashton Bonsall hasn't been called upon too often so far. Filling in for Yaron Sosa today. Heidelberg made 5 changes from the team that drew against Melbourne City last week. Yaron Sosa and Jay McGowan not in the squad at all. Anthony Lesiotis, Fletcher Fulton, and Ben Collins on the bench today. Sabena Rabani, Yokokawa. Look at the space for Lee. He's got plenty of it. Gustin Sordo will close that down eventually. Anthony Theo Humbert, nicely played down. Dow will take the shots. That's as close to an on-target shot as we have seen, but still off-target nonetheless.
Yeah, best chance, I think, as you picked it up there, Adam, best chance, I think, of the game thus far as Heidelberg are concerned. You saw Chokdale move a little bit more inside, moving a little bit more central through on goal, and I think that made Altona think twice there. Humbert also having the space to move up. So again, that's a subtle little change that you're seeing from the Warriors. I think that had to happen if they were going to breach this Altona defence. Alex Gust, I think you have to say, has had Lee's measure throughout this afternoon. So there has to be an outlet somehow. There has to be that supply for Bramwell. He's struggled to get involved here. Lee trying to get through. Stoichevsky still holding firm. Trying to open up space there for Mabok. But Bonsall is only going to get as far just to the roof of the players' race there. Altona now with the chance to turn the screws.
Tight quarters for Gust and Hatsopoulos. This is Gillard. It's Beno Abani. Well, the hops there from Choctaw. And there's going to be immediate concern here for Kane Razmovsky. And also going down is Garangaru. And we'll have the necessary delay as the medical staff come out.
Heavy challenge there. Razmovsky getting the worst of that. Seems to be okay sitting upright, so fingers crossed that this isn't too difficult, but the call has been made to Anthony Lesiotis to warm up. So that's going to greatly alter this complexion of this game, particularly if Aru can't continue either on the Altona side of things. Lesiotis making his way up. Again, that was a pretty heavy challenge there. Garangaru and Kane Razmovsky going for the ball, going for a 50-50 situation. Yeah, I think that the change is going to have to be made. I don't think Razmovsky can continue here. And that's a shame. What a new recruit, the central midfield. I think he's done rather well in helping that back four out, screening across that back four. Both of these sides might just have to shuffle their decks temporarily. I think our fourth official, Noah Langerak, will confirm the change in a moment. Aru's still down. It's a pretty heavy toll to take early on in this half. No real movement on the Altona bench, no real call for a player to warm up just yet, so looks like a fair bit of blood streaming from Aru. I think that the physio is just patching him up. Of course, you know how serious head injuries can be, especially now in this modern time, in this day and age. You want to see precautions taken. I think Heidelberg are definitely going to do that. And that can be a blow considering the Heidelberg schedule. And that's probably going to alter plans that Johnny A may have had for the Australia Cup and onward. Change is confirmed. Lesiotis replacing Kane Razmovsky. There's still a bit of unknown around Garangaru. Doesn't look good. But again, the Altona bench not particularly looking to make the change just yet. We'll keep an eye on that, but that's a big change to make a big blow for Heidelberg United, losing Razmovsky. Avondale still leading St. Albans 1-0 around the ground. Full time, of course, at Nassau Stadium. Oakley defeating Hume. Oakley, that's a massive win in terms of the title race. Still 0-0 just after half time between South and Preston early on in the second half. So Super Saturday continuing. Will be underway here shortly with Lesiotis, that man, taking the armband as well, it should be said. Garangaru will return momentarily.
Just a nasty head clash that unfortunately sees Kane Razmovsky's day done. Anthony Lesiotis, who has started in every game he's played in this season, comes in as a sub. Heidelberg will get a corner. Where are the chances going to come from? Choctaw had a golden one a few minutes ago. Just missed the top right corner. Still nothing really on target from either side so far. Marcus Humbert will take the corner for Heidelberg United, just overhead of left lean. Sudamo was there. Follow up from Theo. Blocked on the way through. Sky ball from Sordo. Gust against Humbert. It fell to Humbert's feet, but he's surrounded by red and black. Does eventually finds a releasing ball through to Joe Lee. Sordo and Gust. Made the cross hard, but the cross did come in nonetheless. Stachevsky will boot it away. Casey Went had gone to ground. That was a dangerous moment. Averted in the end for Magic. All the way back to Bonsall. He's making his first start. Garangaru still being patched up. Altona have been playing with 10. Kane Razmovsky does appear to be okay. That's good news for him. He's up on his feet now. Just going to make the long walk around without any medical staff alongside him. Garangaru is going to be coming back out eventually. It's a lot of patchwork that's being put around his forehead. And he'll be allowed to come back on now. 11v11 once more. It's become a really cold afternoon all of a sudden in the west. Still perfect sunshine. Right, smack bang in the middle of the Melbourne winter. Mordakutis in the air. Definitely the partner in crime in central defence today. Ben Collins in the starting 11. It's all happening in tight quarters right now. Sordo. The Altona fans saw a handling of the ball that Yanni Miletus did not see. Garangaru back on the ball now. Lesiotis, the play that's come on. A high boot from Mabani. Kawaguchi. And Sordo just rushed his ball forward in the direction of John Mabok. Gust will be happy to see it go out. Knew that it was his throw.
You're just dropping a little bit more centrally there, Ayman Sordo, and I think it looked better. The Altona attack looked a little bit better for it there, didn't it? Again, the more he tucks in, it might open up the space for Alex Gust to overlap. Aru back on the field. Clearing it out there as Casey Went. The only half clearance, it should be said, just putting the pressure right back on here at Heidelberg. Again, a little bit of a mini break. Both these sides about to reassess. They've had some luck, particularly Heidelberg, in the sense that Humbert getting forward and Dow becoming a little bit more inverted in that attack. You want to see that continue if you are a Heidelberg United fan, I would suggest. Again, it's been quite attritional at times. It's been a quite stop-start kind of affair. A little bit of a breeze blowing across Paisley Park, those beachside breezes here in Altona. Aru now into some space.
Barney wins the foot race against Stella McCloskey. About 30 seconds of multi-ball, by the way. There's another game going on the other side. I reckon the ball would come over the club rooms and onto this main pitch. Likely to play here was on the other side. Wentz. The offside flag goes up on John Mabok. No signs of any changes just yet from Devon Bond. McCloskey, I should say, towards Mabok. Lesiotis. Left okay, he did give up the captain's armband and gave it to Anthony Lesiotis after he came on. After the head knock between Kane Razmovsky And Garangaru saw Razmovsky have to come out of the game. Garangaru now heavily bandaged around his forehead. Some holding between Matsopoulos and Leflin. Altona will be looking to take an opportunity. They haven't had much going up forward so far in this second half so far. Heidelberg have definitely come out the better of the two from the sheds. Gillard back to Wentz. Had Bramwell closing in. It's a somewhat pressured ball out towards Stachevski. Bramwell taken down after he played the ball out wide toward Lee. Stachevski again. Gust on the back foot. Just trying to set back Heidelberg a little bit.
That's better from Heidelberg. Just more control about where this game is being played. They've kind of shut down any kind of counter-attacking outlet that I think Altona have possessed throughout that first half any which way. Can they break down this Altona defence? So Obani on the overlap. Dow at the top of the box, but Aru just as strong in the challenge. Back on the field, isn't he? And he's making his presence well and truly known, even after that head clash he had with Kane Razmovsky that led to Razmovsky being substituted. Holding back. There was Obani. I think you might see a yellow for his troubles for that tussle with Aru through the middle, and rightly so, you'd think. First yellow that Yanni Miletis has shown this afternoon. They've struggled to move forward this half, Altona, with any great conviction, but half an hour left of normal time, still so much football left here. I wonder if Devon Bond will be tempted to look at Jesse Langer, the goal scorer last week. Cross comes in, Hatsopoulos looking for Mabok. McCluskey needs a bit of help up top, Kawaguchi. He's knocked down by Obani, but referee Yanni Miletis having none of it. Close call and a flashpoint in this game. Altona making the move there. Close call, but I think the referee making the right decision. Yanni Miletis just going to allow Ashton Bonsall just to allow a goal kick here now.
Let's be honest, a game that has lacked flashpoints. It's a situation that Heidelberg in particular are going to be quite familiar with at this point. A game that stays 0-0 for a long time. The problem is they've been on the receiving end when there's been a late score. They've not won any of their last 5 league fixtures. There are more subs coming from Johnny A by the looks of it. And there are some big names on the bench today. One forced sub already. With Kane, Razmovsky suffering a head clash up against Garangaru. Came off second best there. Anthony Lysiotis is the only sub that has come into the game so far. Fletcher Fulton is getting some final instructions. He's one of those big names. Taking in less minutes with a Tuesday night fixture to come in South Australia in the Australia Cup against Cumberland United, a state league team in South Australia. Heidelberg jumping on a plane for that one. Dow. Lee will take the shots. Safely covered by Casey Wentz.
Yeah, it's a shot on target nevertheless by Lee. He's been quiet this afternoon by his own standards. He's been well held by Gus, but that's a good move. Fulton, Theoharis and Collins getting their final instructions, so that's a surefire sign that Johnny A has seen enough. Savas Patikas as well talking some of the charges through the changes, so we will see Heidelberg look to take it up another gear. It's going to lay a marker down for Altona, that is for sure. The red and black, can they hold firm? Can they find something going the other way? Well pointed out there. Joseph Lee just holding his space there, does well to hold off Gus. What a contest that is. Gus gets the better of it. He takes him down. Takes down Lee, but now he'll only get as far as Humbert, and Humbert locks it right back in, and that's exactly the counter press that Heidelberg were looking for. And they'll use the moment to take the change.
Now's this for a flex. 3 pretty big names, 2 regular starters coming on. The question is, who is coming off? So Ryan Leflin is the first player off. Looks like it might be Joseph Lee over on the outer side. That has come off, and we'll hopefully soon confirm the third. It might be Asahi Yokokawa. So on Fletcher Fulton, Ben Collins, and Christian Theoharis. Theoharis is immediately in the action. Fulton came in as well.
It looks as if Anthony Theo is replaced as well. That's the third change. Asahi Yokokawa staying on the number 10. Attacking changes, no doubt about it, from Johnny A. I think he saw his side needing this rejuvenation. Of course, with the Knights and man management to squad management, it should be said for this week. What can Altona do to take this going their way, or free going their way, I should say? Sordo, their set-piece specialist. I wonder if he will look to send it in. They've had their moments from the corner. It's a pretty dangerous area, and in terms of Sordo's angle here, he'll deliver it in. Long, high. Aru gets his head to it, but it's only going to fall harmlessly for Ashton Bonsall. The Heidelberg custodian this afternoon. Mordakutis has been brilliant this afternoon, it should be said, marshalling that defence. Looking equally formidable next to Ben Collins too. They'll want that clearance back though, however. Holding off a non-rushing Sordo was Mordakutis. Repeat pressure, I think, and repeat corners, repeat set pieces is, I think, the name of the game for Altona here, just to push back Heidelberg. Gust on the overlap. This is better. He's denied there by his marker in the number 15. $20 minutes or so left of normal time here. Again, it's been a tricky game for both of these sides. Still open for one moment of magic just to open this all up.
Theoharis lets it go in behind for Yokokawa. Non-penetrative ball coming in though. So through nearly 70 minutes at Paisley Park, Casey Wentz ball doesn't really go anywhere. At least it was off Chalk Dowell from the Altona perspective, and they'll claim the throw. Aaron Kawaguchi. It's taken away by Humpert though. Bramwell, neat little touch. Yokokawa. Garangaru makes the contact. Asai Yokokawa got told to get up by Yanni Miletus. This is Mordakutis. Fulton. Theoharis. Part of the trio of players that just came on for Heidelberg United. Theoharis alongside Fulton and Collins. The Harris targeting the back post where Choctaw was lurking, but the ball had too much on it. It's very cold all of a sudden at Paisley Park as the shadows get a bit longer. I do rate this daytime kickoff though compared to in the past what's normally been a 6:15 kickoff on a Saturday for Altona. The Heidelberg bench has just looked at the replay where the no penalty call came from Sangi Yokokawa. And they're not happy with that no penalty call. Johnny A and his assistants. And where's the breakthrough going to come from in this second half? It's more likely to be Heidelberg from what we've seen so far. 25 minutes into this second period. Kawaguchi, McCloskey combining with Tsopoulos. It took a touch from Abani on the way in. And Ben Collins, who now has the captain's armband, changed hands 3 times today. That captain's armband was happy to concede the corner. He is, of course, the regular skipper. The premiership winning skipper last year. Benjamin Collins. So a corner here for Altona. Kawaguchi is taking it. Sudamo offered up something infield. Punched away by Bonsall. Here's Sudamo now. Stachevsky only has the keeper Wentz behind him. The fresh legs of Thea Harris just applied that little bit of pressure. Now we'll see Tabena Abani take the throw now for Heidelberg and have the visitors reclaim the possession. It's going to be sent back now by the fourth official, trying to take a bit too much ground. Tabena Abani, former Dandenong Thunderman. Sudamo's ball not going too far. Choctaw tried to guide it toward Humbert. Over the top goes Sordo. John LeBock has not had much of any quality coming his way. He wants to take the throw quickly, but it won't be his throw to take. He's much more useful to Altona in the box right now. And so the throw to be taken by Hiro Kawaguchi. Time ticking down. But still plenty of that available to both of these sides. We could yet see an explosion of scoring late. Humbert. He does love a goal. He's scored 8 of them for Heidelberg, 4 in the league. Of those 8, for the number 8. Thea Harris. Here is Humbert. Kick to kick with Thea Harris. Sordo and Gust. Just blocking the key entryways into the box. Gust. Did well in the end in combination with Sordo. Mordakutis has a task here. Who's going to get that call? The Heidelberg Altona fans, I should say, not happy. The fact that the throw is going to be taken by Fletcher Fulton.
Of course, replacing Anthony Theo just that short time ago, that triple change by Johnny A and the Heidelberg bench. Hasn't come quite off to fruition yet. Altona still looking to exploit any kind of spaces on the transition particularly. They are quite good at that. Defensively, they are still looking quite assured, it must be said. They're going to have to be called upon to do exactly that. Yokokawa the target there. Theo Harris trying to play through for an on-rushing Fulton, but it's not going to... It is not going to pay off there. Brahma now the target. He hasn't had a lot of chances at it, has he? He's been well held and then stifled. Another throw-in. Pressure building here. The Heidelberg United faithful making their voice heard. It is a beautiful Melbourne afternoon. Corner to come. Movement in the box. What can happen here?
Overhead of Dow. Second ball in is blocked, and that was a heavy contact with, I think, Amani Sordo. He's in a lot of pain. The ball was kicked right into him. It is out for a goal kick, but there might be an injury concern here for Altona. Devon Bond's kept the powder dry so far. Big shout out to the subs to get themselves ready. Just got to take in a couple of big ones now, I should say. Marnie Sordo. Looks like Ollie Keller is taking off the subs vest. Scored 2 goals this year, Ollie Keller. Casey went with the goal kick as we get things restarted. Watakudis again in the air on the follow-up. Doesn't find Zhao. Kawaguchi just beyond the reach of John McBock. It was Collins on clean-up duty for Heidelberg. It'll be Fletcher Fulton's ball now. Here comes Ollie Keller. And indeed, it will be Amani Sordo, whose day is done.
That's the attacking change I think that they were looking for. I think Magic. As you pointed out there, Adam, holding the powder dry there was Devon Bond, but I think it was the right time. Sordo looking a little bit worse for wear. Had his moments for sure, particularly when he was cutting inside into some pretty good spaces, but couldn't quite come off. It hasn't been a day for attackers, it should be said. Mabok holding off his marker, looking for options in front of him. He goes to go himself, but he can't quite get full purchase on that. That's an easy save for Bonsall. Long kick to no avail, and Heidelberg not pleased by the block of that kick, but nevertheless, the Arnie Miletus having none of that. End to end now, will space start to open up. Obani getting forward. Taken down. Gillard knocking off his... Big clash through the middle of the ground, it should be said. Kieran Brammer looking to contend for that one. Looks like he'll be okay to continue, thankfully, but that was a heavy challenge to sustain. Having to race off their line there, Altona, just a bit disjointed at the back, and more space is starting to open up. Obani's vision doing well there just to get forward, seeing the opportunity to get forward and set his side on the right path at goal. It's a free kick in a really dangerous position now. Anthony Lesiotis, we know what he has in his locker. Or will it be Theo Harris? Both of them standing over this one.
Make sure you're following.
Off the wall from Lesiotis, and that'll be a corner. The Altona defense, the Altona wall knew the danger was ever present there, and it'll be a corner to follow up.
Just sensing they can pounce maybe here, Heidelberg. Chalkdale was quick to set the ball down for this corner. Starting to generate some potential chances. Lesiotis will reclaim it out the back. He'll run right into Hiyori Kawaguchi, though, put him on deck and give away the foul. These two sides have combined for 9 draws this season, including against each other back in April. A late equaliser from Grangaru in stoppage time for a 2-2 draw. Jay McGowan chucked out. Peter Hatzopoulos also scored at the Village. Only a couple of days rest for Heidelberg before taking on Cumberland United in the Australia Cup. That will be in South Australia. Still going to be a big schedule in their run home. Their spot in the 6, as you mentioned earlier, Katie, relatively safe. I don't want to be taking an L here, though. It's been a while since they've had a win in the league. There are some interesting results happening. There's one game going on at Adventure Park right now that's just had an interesting development as well, Katie. I'll let you just take that one in and we can talk about it in a minute. But Avondale, with apparently 10 men, have given away a late equaliser against St Albans.
We've been worried about Avondale for a little bit, haven't we? And I think that just shows you exactly why. I know that they've had the firepower. Bruno Fornaroli and how good he's been. But some cracks have been appearing in the armour as of late, and it feels like St Albans may well have pierced exactly that. 1-1 the score there at Adventure Park at the Calabria Club. South and Preston are still 0-0 in the big show across the road at Lakeside Stadium in the Senol NPL Victoria. The NPL Victoria capturing all our imagination, it seems. Throwing in is Obani. What can they make of it here, Heidelberg United? Again, the fact that Avondale have slipped up, the fact that Hume have slipped up, leaves the door open somewhat for Heidelberg to make a charge. I know that they got commitments down the road, but they have to play every minute on its merits, and I think that's going to be the case for them here if they're going to find a winner. 1 goal should do here, you would think, as Mabok goes to push forward there. Mordekudis, brilliant as he's been all afternoon. Never in doubt defensively, this Heidelberg United side that built off the back of, I think, of a pretty strong defence. The attack has been a different story, and they're hoping for Theo Harris to help out in a big, big way with that. On the counter, potentially coming here is Lesiotis.
This is one of 4 games that have kicked off today in the league. No one's been able to score more than twice so far across any of them. Scoreless game here, as well as at Lakeside right now. Two teams here with different things on the line, but evenly matched. They couldn't be split back in April. At least we had some goals in that one. We're deadlocked at 0-0. At this time of the game against both Oakley and Preston at home, Heidelberg gave away the late winner. Humbert slipped over, and that allowed Hatzopoulos a free ball. Callarts has got some fresh legs. He booted it right into Bonsall. It'll be a corner. Both players in the 22 shirt come together there. The corner to be taken by Hiro Kawaguchi. Callart won't set himself in the box. Got McCloskey, McBock, Hatzopoulos, Drangaru perched at the back post. Callart will make the run in now. The corner is dealt with by Collins. Stachevsky. Nothing ball. Nowhere near Alexander Gust. Just under 6 minutes left in regulation. Altona will know Heidelberg's troubles late, finishing out the 90. To Benarabani. Choctaw should be able to get to this ball in time. By the time he did, it falls out of play. McCloskey, Mabok, Aru had it taken away as Humbert steals it back. Lesiotis, Nokikawa, the central figure up front right now. Alongside Kieran Bramwell, Lesiotis, Humbert tries to buy some space and time out wide, but Abani's got company. So Benarabani will take the throw for Heidelberg. McGowan's being tightly marked by Lachlan Gillard. Another throw coming for Abani. Things are getting tight at Paisley Park. 3 points on offer for whoever can fire away that shot. There's a corner coming up for Heidelberg here. Choctaw will take it. Kakara and Humbert closest to goal. Everyone else perched back. Thea Harris. 2 men on. Abani lets it go through to Lesiotis. Humberts. Defenders either side of him. It fell to the feet of Thea Harris. Christian Theoharis just gets away from him.
Holding his space there well was Alex Gust once again. But that's disappointing. A late run, a late flurry there from Heidelberg. Resulting in not much, unfortunately, for Johnny A's men.
Come on, we've got to win all these challenges. Come on, every second ball.
Still, the call is from the Altona bench. Win the second ball.
Come on, first ball, first ball. Body on body. Let's go. Come on.
One goal should decide this, but who can find it? You'd have to think that there's going to be one big chance. Who will be ready to take it is going to be the question. Humbert has been brilliant today through the middle of the park. Collins forced to clear, but only goes as far as Tomo. Pounces past Tomo, it should be said. Bramwell finally into some space. Thea Harris now. Gust is marking him closely. Holds the challenge well, doesn't he? Brilliant stuff, and Kellar pushing back on defence to clear too. This is a wholehearted Altona side, it should be said. All hands on deck as they try to maintain their shape and looking to jag a point here against a pretty well-rated Heidelberg side. Obani. Dangerous cross looking for Bramwell, but gets Humbert. Can't quite get it on target. Thea Harris now. Cuts in, shoots low, but Casey went brilliantly. Claims it to the bottom right-hand side. Was in too much danger. I think he read that well. I don't know, that might have been the moment for Heidelberg. Jesse Langer in readiness on the bench as well, so another change in the offing. We'll confirm that momentarily. Again, this is a tough Altona Magic side. Heidelberg found it difficult to break them down last game as well, so that game finished level earlier on in this season. The last time these sides met at the Olympic Village. Kawaguchi. McCluskey overlapping is Kawaguchi brilliantly, but Dow doing brilliantly on defence too. And that's going to be a goal kick. It looks like the Altona bench are adamant that is a corner. Yanni Miletus and the linesman having none of that. And we'll just confirm that change now. Now it's going to be Jesse Langer replacing Brian Sutomo, who's been brilliant through the middle of the park this afternoon. That's a big shift next to Garangaroo. So Altona look to reinforce their midfield and continue just to add some fresh legs here. Goal kick to come.
It's the final minute of the 90. Mordakutis clearing away for Heidelberg. The major stoppage in this second half was the head clash that saw Kane Razmovsky have to come out of the game. Rangaru stayed out there after being patched up. The long ball coming in from a block didn't quite get through to Callard. It was Fulton defensively keeping it alive. Not quite. It'll be a throw for Altona. How many more minutes to come? 6. It was a lengthy delay. Rangaru, you can see bandaging around his head after that head clash with Kane Razmovsky. Mordakutis. Humbert. Blocked by Gust. The ball that was intended for Yokokawa. 6 more minutes to break the deadlock at Paisley Park. Yanni Miletus is coming in. It's Ollie Keller on the deck right now. It is a free kick for Heidelberg. No yellow card off the day went to Tabena Abani. Heidelberg are due for a late winner. It's gone the other way for them of late. It's Christian Theoharis that'll take the free kick. Here we go. Near post. Played over the top by, I think, Gust. Happy to concede the corner. Six minutes allowing enough time here for something to happen. Altona, I don't think they've had a shot on target at all today. Really only one of note for Heidelberg that went straight to Casey Went. Corner coming in. Went doesn't quite get it. Fulton plays it in once more. Went again. Convincing enough that time. And booted away by Jesse Langer. Bonsall. Altona will claim the throw.
Have struggled to break down Altona, this Heidelberg side. Jesse Langer now trying to get past Mordakutis, but he once again proving too big a task there. Has slotted into this team brilliantly, has Mordakutis. It should be said that Heidelberg are by no means guaranteed a finals. Just looking around the ladder, looking around the fixture. It should be said that they're fifth at the moment. They can gain a point here. It will be handy. Don't forget Georgie's and City, of course, this evening at 6 o'clock. So that's also going to be a final shaping contest. This is precious time slipping away for Heidelberg. Kawaguchi to take the throw in again. Looks like he's going to go long. Every moment counts here. At least 2.5 minutes remaining. Looking for Aru. Does well to keep it back in. Needs a teammate next to him. Callard is there. Heidelberg looking to block. And that will do for them. You'd have to think Bonsall just able to come out quickly here, and still as well around the ground. 0-0 between South and Preston at Lakeside. Humbert now Well done by Hatsopoulos to deny him there. He gets on the ball himself now. Kellard on the break there in the offing. Mabok the target. Again, that's a chance to counter, a chance to open up Heidelberg. Left begging. Dow and O'Barney linking up here on the broadcast side. Down the channel it goes, but no one's there to receive it. And that about sums it up. You'd have to say for Heidelberg, frustrating, near enough, but not quite good enough.
Seems we're destined for the scoreless draw here today. I thought we wouldn't get a single goal between here and Lakeside Stadium. As that one seems set for the same result. It'll be 6 consecutive league fixtures without a win for Heidelberg. And again, it'll be Altona failing to string back-to-back wins all year long. Every time they've won, they've not followed up with another win after that. Although the trend they have broken is losing after claiming victory if this one stays at 0-0. Heidelberg's next game will be in the league against Georgies. It's a busy schedule for them. They've got 2 games in the next 6 days, one of which is on the road in the Australia Cup against Cumberland United. Johnny A made 5 changes today. A lot of regulars coming on in the second half as subs, including that man there, Benjamin Collins, who blasts one forward. Who is going to generate the late chance? Lesiotis. It falls to Dow. Humbert has too many defenders to get around. Wentz just desperately heaving it away. Fulton wants to keep on pressing. There were 6 minutes added on. Fulton gains too much territory. Got forced back by Yanni Miletus. Theoharis dispossessed by John Mabok. Now Garang Aru is going to take it away, but be denied by the final whistle. They'll have to share a points for the second time this year. Altona and Heidelberg United. I don't think the Magic got a single shot on target away throughout the entire game, Katie. Heidelberg had a couple of chances, or at least half chances in the second half, but nothing doing there. And we end this one at 0-0.
And you have to say that's fair on the result of on the balance of things. It's a fair result for what we saw over the 90 minutes. It was a tough contest. Hard fought. Not the greatest of advertisements for the NPL Victoria. It should be of the Senol NPL Victoria. It should be said, but again, a lot of fearless kind of football out there today. Physical at times, quite dour at times, but a frustrating one. It should be said for Heidelberg. Altona continuing to stake their claims for safety as well here in the NPL Victoria. I think they're well and truly an NPL Victoria club, well and truly now. 2 shots on target should be said for Altona, just for clarity's sake, but the quality just wasn't there. The quality was not there, I don't think, from either side tonight. Neither side, I don't think, did enough this afternoon, but a frustrating one for Heidelberg United. They don't have time to feel down about this. They eventually now have to turn their attention to the Australia Cup and now to Georgies next week. The fixtures will keep on coming, and they're going to need to be on their game if they're going to take their place in the finals, as they would hope to do. But it's a frustrating one for the visitors. And that, I reckon, from Altona's point of view, defensively they were quite sound. They gave everything, I think, in that sense. Still, they're quite hard to break down. They're a tricky proposition for whoever they take on. To the applause of their fans, their loyal fans who stayed here tonight. I think, to be honest, that should be a good platform for them to build into next week.
It's the 3rd consecutive draw for Heidelberg United. They've got to share a point with Altona here. Katie Lembeski, thank you. Hope you enjoyed it on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel. A familiar scoreline today across the Senol NPL Victoria. with the other game that's just concluded over at Lakeside with the same result. The final score here at Paisley Park, Altona Magic 0, Heidelberg United 0.
How is that going, man? I haven't gotten around being off a little bit. Huh?